Hey, it's Vera Golosova here. Do I look like a new person to you? Yeah, maybe. Because I've just been to my hair magician who gave me a beautiful pre-spring look, and also my hair is now long enough and I can have this thing. I used to wear it always before when I had long hair, but now it feels kind of refreshing. And again, I'm trying new angles, and looking up into the camera somehow feels uncomfortable to me. So let's fix that. Oh well, maybe I don't look as thin as I would looking up, but it feels weird. It's as if I'm a small child talking to an adult, and I really like to talk to you like face to face. And today I would love to film very weird, very impromptu video, because lots of stuff is going on now on the background, which I cannot share for now, and these things bring up anxiety. And dealing with anxiety, one of my ways of dealing with anxiety is very mundane and very not original: cleaning. So I just clean the mess on my table, which reappears again every time after I'm done. And I have on my balcony a huge box of unused sketchbooks, which I bought at different stages of my life, or they've been given to me as a gift. And naturally, when I moved from older apartment to this apartment, I kind of brought them all in. I'm that person who loves to buy new sketchbooks. Maybe you are too. So, have you ever had this problem when you browse the internet or the art supply store and you really feel in love with this sketchbook, but then you remember that at home you have 30 unused ones? Yeah, so I want to reconnect with them and meet them again, and to see what sketchbooks I have and which sketchbooks will go. I need to work more on with them, so they will kind of be over, because I really want to buy a new sketchbook, and before buying a new sketchbook I need to deal with these guys. So let's go to get them. It's gonna be very funny. I will film it. You will see. It's fun. So this is the box. It's big, yeah. Don't judge me, please. Don't dare judge me. So, let's talk business. So, it's crazy dry in my apartment, as we discussed in the previous video, and I thank you for your feedback on your dryness or humidity situation in your countries. It's very interesting to kind of compare those mundanities of life. So I have this huge box of sketchbooks and notebooks, and luckily, because it's dry, they are not damaged by any mold or anything, which is super good. So let's start with this one. It looks pretty crazy tribal. It's old squared one. I think that I had it since university, and I just don't throw it away because it's a good notebook and I can use it for some writings, but I don't really like squared, so maybe I will donate it to Lucas. I'm not sure. So this one is one of the fresh additions to the family. It has Pearl art by Mikhail Brubel, and my mother bought it to me at the Brubel exhibition in Tretiakovsky Gallery. It's official merchandise, which is nice. It's sketch paper, and it's very nice sketch paper. I think it won't hold any liquid materials, but for pencils it will be nice, and for liners. I don't really like spirals, but I will use it because it's a gift and because I really like the paper. So, and as much as I don't like spirals, I have surprisingly amount of spiral sketchbooks. That one is really nice. It's A4 with a spiral, and it has this very nice thing. It's actually is from my favorite sketchbook makers in Moscow, local ones. As much as I want to have Strathmore drawing sketchbook, they currently not sold in Russia. So I have to go local. And these guys, they provide really good paper. And this sketchbook has like colored paper. Let's see, it's like a real blogger. So it has black, brown, cream, and white. 4 blocks. And that is actually really like nice, I think, watercolor paper. The one is sketch paper, very no surface, no texture, and this too, no surface, no texture. And black. I'm not sure what to do with black, to be honest. I'm not interested in doing drawings on black paper, but maybe later I will. So this sketchbook is a gift to me from my friend Maya, and she brought it actually from Chinese IKEA, if I'm not mistaken. It has very weird and very, like, it's not textured, spongy paper. It's not watercolor paper, but I haven't tried it yet. I really love the cover. It looks amazing. It's A4. And the texture of the cover is very, very, very nice to touch. I haven't seen anything like that, but again, it's Chinese sketchbook, so that's maybe I'm not accustomed. So, and this is again from my favorite local sketchbook makers. You see, it's even packed. I bought it and I didn't unpack it. That's how notoriously bad I am. But I'm sure that I will use it. The brand, by the way, it's called Falafel, like food, vegan food. It is binded. It has very thick cover, cardboard cover, and they're durable and they have really nice paper. And I have smaller sketchbooks from them. Well, I actually have lots of sketchbooks from them. So this one, soon it will be sketchbook tour of this one because it's almost over. Again, spirals. But it's watercolor. It's amazing, but not spirals. That one is the same, but small. And as you can see, I'm kind of half into it. And still, as it looks a little bit battered, it's still holding very well, and it can lay flat, which is nice accomplishment for a sketchbook, ability to lay flat. The paper can hold a little bit of water, so it's good for some small sketches, but layering watercolor won't work with this one, but some like splurges will do. I will use it for sure because it will be awesome, because it's fucking huge. So this one's been given to me for my birthday. It's also from local sketchbook makers. They're very good, but they're a little bit too pricey. I wouldn't be able to afford this to myself if it wasn't gifted to me, because this one is 100% cotton watercolor paper. It's thick AF. I think it's something like 300 grams. It's very thick paper, and I'm sure watercolor will look amazing on this one. But to be honest, I have a little bit of an imposter syndrome with this one because it's so expensive. But I hope I will somehow start working in this one. I think maybe when I will finish this one, because it's like, here I have something like this many pages left. So I think in a month I will be done with this one. So this one is from Zelda. It's a gift to me from my friend Paulina, and this actually is a writing one. It is lined. I think that I will journal in this one, because my epic Moleskine journal is almost over, which I had for 5 or 6 years. It has, I think, 10 pages left in it, and I will finish it soon and I will do it. And then I have one of the most amazing sketchbooks that I have, and that one has the best size, I think. And this is custom made, upcycled journal sketchbook from my friend Zhenya Pestova, and it says it's my name here, and this is part of canvas with Zhenya's abstract work, and it has this holder thingy, and the this one, what's the name of this one? I need to check. Of this string. So what is that? Is that Zhenya's husband Ilya once found a stack of community planners from some church. It has some spreads. It's good for lots of materials, despite its being very thin. And Zhenya kind of adorned some of the spreads with her art and some writings. And here is the little froggy for me. And part of it is actually looking like that, with squares. And I know that there is some weird obsession with squares. People doing those like every day feel a square thing. So I will do it at some point. I didn't start doing it immediately, actually, only because down here on my like art supply tray I have around 10 sketchbooks that I already started. So I'm working on this like huge amount of sketchbooks that I have. Okay, that one is Falafel again. It's small A5 sketchbook. It's for sketches. It won't hold water well, I think, but just for those like one-layered blurbs of color. I really love having sketchbooks like that for projects or just to carry it with me everywhere, and sometimes I just buy them that I have the supply. So this one. I have lots of epic looking journals apparently. I think it was a gift, and it is a journal, as I said. It's lined one, so I will use it as a journal. So this one, what's this one? I have a sticker on that, and it's line one. It's a journal. This one it was a gift from my friend Diana, and it's squared. I'm not sure what I will do with it. Maybe I will use it as a journal. And a good old composition book, which I bought in the US when I was there the last time. Somehow I feel this like love for these composition books. I know that they're just common books, but I think maybe they have this unusual flavor to my taste, and also because I have Linda Barry book, which looks exactly like composition book, and it's the same size, and it's done the same with this like spine, that I really wanted to have composition book. But the thing is that in the US it's just like it is something you can buy everywhere, so you can't buy them in Russia. So that's why it's, precious, which is weird. So here goes again one more falafel. It's the same as this one, but A4. And it's again with this sketching drawing paper. So all three of these ones, oh no, not all three of these ones. That one is just lined. sketchbook, which I'll use for journaling. And these two are from Muji. I really like Muji lines. They are not so wide as the ones before, because when I write, I tend to write very like in small letters, so this one works better for me. But again, we don't have Muji in Russia, so this one starts to feel a bit too precious. This one is also Muji, but on spiral. That's why I never used it. But the fun fact is the Muji lined sketchbook works perfectly for practicing wide nib calligraphy by these babes. These are parallel pens. One is like 6 millimeters, one is 3 and 8. So because the width of the nib is just perfect for this one. And that's why I have them actually. I practice foundational hands and Gothic writing with these babies in this sketchbook. So let's go on. So this one was brought to me by my sister from Japan. I'm not sure what about the quality of paper. I think it will bleed like crazy. It's not very thick. So maybe it's better be used for like pencil sketches and and maybe for some notes. But I really love the cover and I really love the size. It's not A5. It's a little bit smaller than A5, but still it's not A6, because A6 to me feels too small, to be honest. I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of this format, but this one feels pretty perfect as a sketchbook size for the small thingy you take with you all the time. So I will use it occasionally at some point. This one was handmade and gifted to me by my friend Sasha. It opens like that. So she's been doing scrapbooking and she's scrapbooked this one for me. The paper is too thin for drawing, but I think I will also use it for maybe sketchnoting or doing, mind maps or something. It doesn't have any lines. Maybe I will write in it in a journal. Because I'm a calligrapher, I have 7 years experience in calligraphy, or 8, something like that. So because I spent quite a lot of time doing calligraphy, actually when I write, I usually write very as if I have the lined sketchbook. So it's a perk of being calligrapher. So this one, it's SMLT, Authentical Spiral Universal Mixed Media pad. Spiral again, which I don't like, but they say the paper should be very durable. It's not very thick, but I think it's thick enough to hold lots of materials. And I bought it actually for my lettering course, but I ended up using this big A4 sketchbook for letter practices. By the way, drop me a comment if you would love to have a sneak peek into my lettering practices. I sometimes think that it might be boring, but maybe it's not. So this one is Strathmore, it's Hahnemühle. It's Hahnemühle toned paper sketchbook, which was given to me by my friend Daria from Munich. And it feels precious to me. And again, I'm not very good at working on toned paper, so I don't know yet what to do with that. But maybe I will try to work. Maybe I will do some challenge in this sketchbook, practice doing black marker sketches with white splashes of gel pen or white gouache. So it will be value studies or something, because here the paper is kind of medium value gray and it should hold the marker good enough. And here we go. Here we have two sketchbooks which are the same. They're from my friend Katya, who does the local brand which is called Sketchbook Me. And these are very interesting ones because I think that they are a little bit bigger than this one. Just teeny tiny bit bigger. They also go as A5, I think, but they're a little bit bigger. And what's interesting in them is that actually they have an insert of colored paper in it. Here it's violet and here it's white. And the collection was like that. So there was like this very bright green sketchbook with purple insert in that. And also like purple sketchbook with those bright green inserts. So I really like it design-wise. And the paper is very good for sketching, drawing, lettering, and inking, which is very important. It's good for inking. So this one is the same, but it has bullet journal, like the dotted pages. So this one is again from the local sketchbook maker who did this crazy expensive watercolor block. I'm not a huge fan. This is like watercolor one, I think, but it's very smooth. It's very thick, but very smooth. I'm not a fan of such format, you see. So if we take this A4, like A5 one, this one is 1 centimeter narrower. So I have problem with drawing in the sketchbook like that. I either would love to use the whole spread, but then it doesn't lay flat nicely. But if I use only one spread, it's too vertical. So I need to come up with some idea to what to do in it. Maybe like, maybe I will have this as a sketchbook for map crunching. Yeah, that's the idea. I like talking to you, I have ideas coming up. So yeah, if I will use it like horizontally to do those landscape from Google Panoramic thing, I will utilize this sketchbook this way. Perfect. Thank you so much. So this one is from the bookstore. It has the Alice in Wonderland art on it. It has very interesting, like the first page of this cream color, as if it's a book, when the book has the first like this thing of another color. And it's nice drawing paper sketchbook. I cannot say anything about it. So this one is the planner from Friend Nerd, which I treasure. But I used to have Friend Nerd's planner a couple of years ago, and then it's another one. And I think I will use it maybe next year, or maybe for some projects, because for now, for planning, I have this beast. Let me show you. It's from my friend Kina. It's a huge one, so check this out. It's a huge one, and I love using it. I love the paper. I love that it's dotted, and I love that I can custom it as I want. But on the other hand, I love Friend Nerd design. It's cute as it gets. But yeah, I love it. And I love Fran, so maybe I will use it at some point, maybe next year. We will see. So what do we have here? It's a little Fabiano postcards. They have really nice design on the back as a real postcard. And here you have just like watercolor pad, so you can kind of separate it. It's very thick, I think it's 300 grams, and just tear it off and create unique postcard and send it off. And I think actually I will do it sooner or later. So this one is little notey something with with spiral. So here I don't have a lot. It says Monday, some quick lettering and nothing else. I think that most probably I will donate it to Lucas because he likes small formats, but I'm not sure yet. So this one is also from these expensive guys. Oh, what I really like is that they actually insert a sticker in Sketchbook and the note, how to use it, and like welcome note or something. So it's from the same guys, and it's for drawing and writing. It's very small. I think I will use it maybe for bird watching walks, or maybe for drawing in the forest, so you just can stuck it into your pocket and yeah, use it. And it has the cutest tigers and leopards on the cover. And finally, the beast. I actually have two beasts like that. Let me show you. So it says 365 days with Ogilvy. So for you who don't know, maybe I used to be an advertising copywriter for many years before going freelance 10 years ago. For 7 or 8 years, I worked in different advertising agencies, and one of the agencies I worked in was Ogilvy, or Ogilvy. I mean, it's a worldwide famous thing. I worked in a Russian branch, and at some point when I was like leaving the company, I was allowed to take a couple of those beasts, and they've been laying in my box for 15 years. Because after working in Ogilvy, I worked in a Russian agency, and then I worked in Saatchi and Saatchi, and then I finally went freelance, which was 10 years ago. So yeah, at least for 13 or 12 years, these beasts were, I was dragging them behind me from apartment to apartment. Yeah, and I was always thinking, what should I do? And finally, I started using this one. I'm like that much in, not very much. The paper is not particularly good. We were given these things in a company, like creatives, for brainstorming. So it was really nice move from the company to have these branded books. They were like A5 and A4. So you could sketch in it, you can write like advertising concepts, and I've been writing a lot in these ones. And yeah, so I really like that it has this canvas cover. I think I love canvas color covers at Sketchbooks. And now I'm working in this sketchbook mostly with something very simple, just lines. I'm doing I'm trying to be as unprecious as I can with this one, because I cannot use this paper for anything. It's too big, so it won't go to my scanner to scan. So I don't do anything here to show per se, maybe sometimes share in stories. Here, for example, I have the sketch for the tarot card, which then went to like A3 watercolor. And I've been doing some composition studies with this one. I've been doing it for Marshall Bendorf composition course in value studies, and some like notes and some thumbnails and everything. So I think it will be kind of my studio book for having fun around and for practicing. Right now I'm doing homework for the picture book course that I'm attending, Good Ship Illustration picture book course. So I think we're done here, as you can believe me. So it's gonna be a hell of a long video, and I thank you for sitting through it with me. I hope that a little bit later I will be able to share everything that's been giving me anxiety, but also excitement. I have to be honest with you. But for now I cannot talk about some of the things because like confidentiality is a thing, right? So yeah, and now I will pack all this beauty back. And I think I will, if you are interested, drop me a line if you would love to have like this general overview of all the sketchbooks down there. Let me show you. Yeah, these ones. So down there, I have all the sketchbooks that are kind of work in progress, and I can do very quick peek through them with not a sketchbook tour per se, but like I will explain how I use sketchbooks and how I separate different projects between sketchbooks, because I'm this person who runs like 10 sketchbooks at the same time, and I feel pretty okay with that. No judgment, no shame. It's the way I operate. Yeah, so drop me a line. I would love something like that, and share your favorite brands or like formats of sketchbooks, and maybe some things that you particularly like or dislike in sketchbooks. So as for me, I really like when a sketchbook has this thing, but as you may have remembered, for now, I don't like spirals. So if you ever, like, if you're my friend and you watch this video, just no spirals. I won't hate you. I will be very thankful if you give me a sketchbook with the spiral, but I just love them less. I don't despise them. I just love them less. If you want to love me as a great friend, give me a sketchbook with the canvas cover, hardbound, and with this thingy. But it's okay to not do it, okay? If you, especially if you're not my friend, you like no obligations here, nothing. The only obligation and the pray that I have for you is to please subscribe to my channel and drop a like thingy and drop a comment. It would be very nice for my channel growth, which is a late bloomer. My channel grows slowly, but I'm okay with that. And I have immense fun doing these videos for you. So see you in the next video. Cheerio! Пока-пока!